Hello viewers and welcome back to the Elite Karting Series here from Daytona Milton Keynes. Split 1 about to go out on to the circuit for their first race of the day. And well, this is an absolutely stacked lineup. Excited for this one to get underway. Jamie Tiley-Gooden is on pole position ahead of Jack Simmons on row 1. This is a really good run for Jack. Only a tenth of a second off the pace in his relatively new DMAX career. Charlie Foster is on row 2 alongside ever-present Olly Smith, Jamie Chase and Daniel Varlan are row 3. Luke and Nick shares row 4 with Adrian Perez-Soroso, with Jack Whitehouse and Carlos Albanis the rest of your top 10. It is Callum Bengelo and Archie Bullard, two drivers that won't like being on row 6. They're hoping that they can climb up the order heading into the race. Chris Phillips and Jules Larkin on row 7. Alex Anastopoulos is in 15th position with Elliot Choosley in 16th. Only these guys 2 seconds off the pace, mind you. Luke Dodman and Matt Putland make up the rest of the grid. So Jack Simmons and Jamie Tiley-Gooden round turn 11. Now they will share the front row for the first race here at Milton Keynes for split 1. This will be interesting, so careful with the new start rules not to jump the start. Soon to get to the lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Jamie Tiley-Gooden strong into turn 1, holds on to the lead of the race ahead of Jack Simmons, is just about holding on as in the background a bit of a spin for Callum Bengelo. Not 100% sure what happened there. Jack though has managed to fall back from Jamie Tiley-Gooden just slightly in the first lap of this race as the rest of the field stream through. Olly Smith is battling with Charlie Foster, who's got himself into 3rd position, and Jamie Chase as well as they make their way into turn 6 for the first time. Jamie trying to get himself ahead of Charlie. Olly Smith trying to get himself ahead of Jamie Chase, but they do have to go through nice and sensibly for the time being, side by side with Luke Dodman trying to make it 3 wide here down into turn 8. He can't quite get to the inside line and might be overtaken here on the outside line. That's by Matt Putland, but back down the inside line goes Luke Dodman and through as well, as we've got a battle with Elliot Choosley on the outside line. He's shortly going to be overtaken unless he can hold it into turn 9. Looks like he just about holds on to that position. So a decent start for all involved. There's a dive down the inside. That was Archie Bullard. Carlos Albanis had a fantastic view of that. Archie Bullard getting himself past Adrian Perez here into turn 11. Meanwhile, it's Jack Simmons in 2nd position. Jamie Tiley-Gooden is clear at the lead.
Yeah, we got now Carlos Albanis alongside Jules Larkin, so he went up the inside going through turn 1, and Jules Larkin now is through. So Jules Larkin, one of our junior drivers, up past Carlos Albanis. You may have seen in the previous lap that bit of contact between Luke Dodman and Elliot Choosley. Luke did let Elliot back pass, and hence he got downgraded from a bump and pass 5-second penalty, downgraded down to just a 1-point deduction because he did let him back pass. But yes, you can see now in the lead of the race, you've got Jamie Tiley-Gooden ahead of Jack Simmons, and then we've got Jamie Chase doing really well here, up in 3rd place. He's only been to this circuit about 3 times before now, so he's doing well running up in P3 in front of Olly Smith. And we've got Luke and Nick, he's doing well up in 5th as well. He's not used to this track, he's a Sandown Park regular, not a Milton Keynes regular, so he's doing well then ahead. And you've got Daniel Varlan and you've got Jack Whitehouse as well up at the sharp end of this race, as Carlos Albanis is battling away still with Jules Larkin as they go through turn 9. Carlos Albanis, who's run a little bit wide there going through turn 9, hopefully didn't run Jules out of row there. No, he didn't. Jules is still there, which is good. Otherwise, that could have been a penalty for him there. But yeah, good move by Carlos Albanis, back past Jules Larkin. But yes, as we finish lap 2 of the race, we've got Jamie Tiley-Gooden ahead of Jack Simmons. You may have noticed at the top of the screen the clock's not started yet, because we have got a couple of issues with the timing system. So we're just sorting that out, and then the clock will start ticking. That's also why you haven't got a timing tower on the left at the moment.
Yeah, that will all kick into gear in a moment, so just having to rely on the evidence of our eyes for the time being. Jack Simmons on the evidence of my eyes, about 6 tenths of a second behind Jamie Tiley-Gooden at the moment. Jack Whitehouse has just been overtaken by Archie Bullard as well. Archie goes to the outside, inside line now into turn 7, and Jack can't quite get himself back on the outside line. Olly Smith, also similarly trying to get past Jamie Chase still, but he's on a stream of karts just behind him. Luke and Nick is one of them. That's the battle for 4th position, and if I'm not mistaken as well, the senior class victory. So those two carrying slightly more weight than the junior drivers, and well, battling out for victory in class in this race. Olly Smith, of course, 3rd place in the championship last season. Jamie Chase raced every single round, from what I can tell, of the EKS, but yet to take an overall victory. Olly really keeping him honest at the moment. Elliot Choosley similarly looking to try and get past Chris Phillips. That's down into turn 1, but gets a poor exit out of turn 11. and has to stay behind Chris Phillips for the time being. Jack Simmons, by the way, doing a fantastic job here, Luke, to catch up to Jamie Tiley-Gooden. Two Jamies in this race. However, Jamie Tiley-Gooden's at the lead. Jack Simmons pointing at Jamie Tiley-Gooden, and well, considering the experience difference between the two of them, this is a mighty impressive drive.
Yeah, this is so impressive from Jack Simmons. For those who don't know, Jamie Tiley-Gooden lives here at Milton Keynes pretty much. He has been racing it ever since he was a kid. Former lap record around here. He's a DMAX SuperChamps champion around here. He's won everything around this circuit. Jack Simmons, he's never been here before, and he's never driven in a two-stroke car either. So this is his first time ever racing in a two-stroke car, first time racing around this circuit, and he's keeping up with one of the best drivers going around this track. So this is mightily impressive, as Carlos Almanis now is up the inside of Adrian Perez, but he's now got the outside through turn 10. Can he get the cutback here as they come out of the corner? He has got the cutback indeed, but I don't think he's going to be able to make this move stick. Yeah, no, he's not, because Adrian has the inside for the final corner, though. He's got a good run here, actually, Carlos Almanis. So they head down to turn 1. This is going to be a bit of a tight one as they squeeze through turn number 1. I think Carlos has managed to get the move made. He has indeed. So he's up to, I think, around about 9th on track. Obviously, no timing system at the moment, so we're having to kind of count with our fingers what position people are in. But you also can see now Archie Bullard, he's making a move too. So he's up the inside of Daniel Varlan, going through turn number 5, still side by side as they head through turn 6. It looks like Archie has managed to get that move completed. So Archie Bullard on a good recovery drive here after not a great qualifying. This is not his local circuit, a bit like Luke and Nick. He's a local at Sandown Park. But yeah, he's doing a good job here of adapting to the new circuit and doing well. Jack Simmons, he's up the inside of Jamie Tiley-Gooden. No way is he going to get past Jamie here. Surely not, with the experience difference that these two have. They go side by side through turn number 9. Jamie Tiley-Gooden, he has the inside for turn 10, but Jack Simmons, he is through. This is remarkable stuff. Jack Simmons leads on his first time ever in a two-stroke. That is brilliant. It's a bit of contact there on the apex of the final corner. I think Jamie Tiley-Gooden just stuck his nose up the inside to try and get back past. Didn't have enough of a nose alongside though, and Jack Simmons has retained the lead. Charlie Foster, meanwhile, he is right behind them, so you can see it from this drone footage. Charlie Foster, he's up the inside of Jamie Tiley-Gooden too, so he's getting swamped here as they head down to turn number 5. I think Charlie though has just about fallen behind Jamie Tiley-Gooden, so he wasn't able to get the exit there and get past him, as Jamie Tiley-Gooden gives Charlie a bit of a wave there and says, let's not battle, let's try and get back past Jack Simmons. But a good battle here between these three. Remember, this top 3, all 3 of them are junior drivers racing at 70 kilos. The drivers behind them are mainly senior drivers, so they sit.
Oh, and there's a spin for Jack Simmons into the wall down at turn 8. Luke out of the lead of the race. He's only led for the best part of half a lap here, and he spins into the wall down at turn 8. Just went completely deep into the corner, and it's well, 0 to 0 in the space of all of 45 seconds.
That made me jump now. I wasn't expecting that spin. What were you doing, Jack? I thought you were meant to be really quick round here. That's yeah, I think we saw it from the onboard there. He just locked up quite simply. It's Charlie Foster now to the inside of Jamie Tiley-Gooden going into turn 1. You just saw them go out a shot there from the drone footage. But yeah, Jack Simmons simply locked up then into turn 8, off into the wall, and he's now last by miles. What a shame that is for Jack Simmons. That was such a good debut there in two-stroke cars. But yeah, down he is now to 18th place. Also, I think the timing system is just kicking back into life. So you can see the timing tower on the left-hand side is now all correct. You can see the top 9 at the moment. And there you go, there are the rest of the drivers. That is the full grid. So you can see, yes, Jamie Tiley-Gooden is in the lead, heading Charlie Foster, with Jamie Shipman chased then now in at P3. As you can see from Luke Dobman's on board, he's just been overtaken there by Callum Bendelow. He's recovering through the field, and now Jules Larkin, he's up the inside of Callum Bendelow too. So Jules Larkin, he had a spin a couple of laps ago outside of the camera shot, and Jules Larkin now side by side with Callum Bendelow. So these two both recovering through the field. You may have seen on lap 1 there was a bit of an incident between Adrian Perez and Callum Bendelow, so that'll be one for the stewards to review if they get a chance to have a quick look at it. But yeah, you can see these guys are now battling out for, I think it's around about 14th position in this race.
Carlos Almanis on the outside line. This is a really difficult move for him. He's got Jack Whitehouse involved in this as well, same with Adrian Perez, but he's just made the move down the inside of Daniel Varlan, I believe it was, and he's able to get through. Meanwhile, Jack Simmons looking to the inside of Luke Dobman. That'll be an aggressive move, just forces Luke off the line a little bit. No contact between the two of them, but not able to find a way through into turn 1. If you can get a good haul of points here and get a good lap on the board, there's still a chance into race 2 and race 3 here for Jack Simmons, so just got to keep himself focused. Meanwhile, at the top of the field, it's only 0.3 of a second between Jamie Tiley-Gooden and Charlie Foster, keeping an eye on that battle, as well as the battle between Carlis and Co, of course. Daniel Varlin still just behind him. Jack Whitehouse has a fantastic view of Adrian Perez, who's trying to put that pressure potentially on the two just ahead of him, but no way for that to really form at the moment. It's all about getting that run out of turn 8 here, I think. Now, for the eagle-eyed amongst you, you might notice that the drone footage has got one of our overlays on it. That's because you're looking at what the pilot is seeing as Jack Simmons goes down the inside now of Luke Dodman. This is into turn 9. Gets himself clear into the corner and just about ahead of Luke Dodman. That's a really fine move for Jack Simmons, starting this recovery drive wonderfully so. Meanwhile, Charlie Foster all over the back of Jamie Tiley-Gooden, and they'll be side by side as they run into turn 5. As you can see, what our pilot's seeing into that corner, looks like they'll stay side by side, but Jamie Tiley-Gooden just getting clear before they hit the brakes for turn 6. Now we'll follow them around into turn 7. Is there going to move for Charlie Foster, who goes to the outside of Jamie Tiley-Gooden, but no way through just there for him. He's looked for the exit out of turn 8, but for now he's going to have to stay behind. Let's wait and see.
Yeah, you can see these senior drivers going through shot at the moment. So Jamie Chase, like I was saying earlier, is doing a really, really good job here, running up in 3rd place, first in the senior class. Like I say, only his 3rd time ever at the track. As Charlie Foster, you can see from the drone shot again, he was on the outside there of Jamie Tiley-Gooden as they headed up the railway straight. But he's got him a bit deep there into turn 10, and Jamie Tiley-Gooden has managed to hold on to the lead for the time being. Meanwhile, there is an investigation going on for a potential jump start by Charlie Foster, which would result in a 30-second penalty if found guilty. So that is under review at the moment, whilst Archie Bullard is up the inside now of Luke and Nick. These two friends race together at Sandown Park, and Archie Bullard is now through. So that's not a battle for position as such, because they are in separate classes. Archie's a junior, Luca is a senior, but still that is a overtake on the circuit. Archie Bullard, like I say, doing a good job of recovering from his lowly grid position to get up through the field here. He's showing his natural prowess in a DMAX car. He's a 4-time champion, remember, at Sandown Park in their DMAX cars, and doing a good job of converting that skill over to this new circuit. You can see it now from Carlos Amanis. So Carlos Amanis, he's doing a good job here, recovering through the field after also being a little bit further down earlier on in the race. So he's doing a good job. He's now back up into 7th position. He's now behind his teammates, Luke and Nick. These two are both going for the team's title this year, alongside a Connecticut Racing team, the junior team, and Red Monster Racing. So they need to work together a little bit here to help themselves out with the team championship. Carlos Amanis, meanwhile, he is our championship leader in the senior classes. He looks at the inside of his teammate Luke and Nick going in to turn number 10, not able to make a stick. He actually lost quite a lot of time from that attempted overtaking move there, but yeah, a little bit of teamwork needed here so that they get lots of points in the team championship.
And well, Charlie Foster still putting that pressure on at Jamie Tiley-Gooden, but still yet to find a way through. The two of them make their way into turn 5 once again, and well, Jamie knows how to defend around this circuit. He definitely does, and neither of them will know as well about that penalty investigation. So for now, they'll be battling as if it isn't taking place, and Charlie Foster hoping desperately that he can find a way through in what I believe would be actually his first victory in a DMAX kart here in the EKS, unless you know anything different than I do. Luke Bassett-Smith?
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, that will be his first 2-stroke victory in this series. Obviously, he won the last race in Split 1 at the last round. He won race 3 in a fantastic drive at Button Park. But yes, it would be his first 2-stroke victory. We can see him now running on board with Olly Smith. He's got an overlap on Jamie Chase as they go through turn number 9. So this is for the lead within the senior class. Now Olly Smith on the outside of Jamie Chase going through turn 10, but he is not quite able to get the exit coming out of turn 10. So that was a good attempt there to try and get past Jamie Chase, but not quite able to make it work. As Luke Dodman, by the way, he's battling out, I believe, with Callum Mendelo a little bit further down the order. Meanwhile, Carlos Amanis still all over the back of his teammates, Luke and Nick. And you can also see very briefly on this drone shot as they go through shot, you can see Charlie Foster. He is still right behind Jamie Tiley-Gooden. Really frustratingly, neither of these have onboard cameras for this race, hence why we're not able to cover this fully. But yeah, these two still going at it for the lead of this race. Now Olly Smith, he's got a car on his inside. That's Archie Bullard. He's managed to make his way through. So Archie Bullard on a great recovery drive in this race. He's now through in Olly Smith, and he's up to 4th overall and 3rd in class. So good move there by Archie Bullard going to turn 6. Made the most of the fact that it's quite a wide line into that corner by default. Managed to make his way up the inside, and he is through. So good overtake there by Archie Bullard. And Carlos Amanis, he's still stuck behind his teammate Luke and Nick. Carlos Amanis, he's a lot quicker than his teammate. He's 7/10 quicker in terms of fastest lap time. So you will want to try and get through here where possible. He's being held up a little bit here by his teammate Luke and Nick.
just ever so slightly, and well, Luca not necessarily playing ball. This could turn into the battle for the senior class overall win in the round. Charlie Foster, by the way, has got an overlap on Jamie Tiley-Gooden. Into turn 4 they go, trying to find a way through into turn 5. They'll be side by side. Jamie Tiley-Gooden having to go defensive. Charlie forced the long way around, trying to take the tighter line through turn 5, which is such a weirdly shaped corner, and Jamie Tiley-Gooden just about able to hold on for the time being captured wonderfully on this drone as Jamie able to take the racing line into turn 7. Now down the hill into turn 8 they go, and it still emerges that Jamie Tiley-Gooden just about ahead as there's a move down the inside. Is that Daniel Varlan trying to get through on Luca Nick? It is. We can ride on board. Luca looks over his shoulder, and Daniel Varlan just has to back out of it for better or for worse, as it's side by side for the lead of the race. Charlie Foster on the outside line trying to find a way through. It looks like Jamie Tiley-Gooden just streaking onto the inside line, getting on the brakes a little bit earlier and ahead of Charlie Foster as well, but his exit's not fantastic. This might give Charlie the run on the inside line. He can't. He has to back out of it. Into turn 1 they go, and Charlie just so agonisingly far away. Will stay with this battle because they might still be side by side before the end of this lap yet as they go into turn 4. Charlie Foster on the outside line once again. If he can sweep around the outside, will have the inside for turn 5, but Jamie Tiley-Gooden knows where to put his go-kart around this circuit, and he is such a tough customer to get past.
Yeah, this is a great battle. A little bit further down the order as well, we've got Jack Whitehouse. He's battling out with Adrian Perez and Alexandros Anagostopoulos. Now Jack Whitehouse, can he get the inside line here going through turn 5? Not quite. So yeah, Alexandros just got past Adrian Perez actually on that lap. We also saw Daniel Varlan briefly got ahead of Carlos Armanis a couple of laps ago, and then Carlos got back past, as you saw on screen. So yeah, those two all battling out. Like I say, some of these are junior drivers, as Carlos Armanis now he's got the exit on his teammate Luca Nick going up the railway straight. I think Luca Nick just gave him a nod and said, yes, you go ahead, mate. That's it. Carlos Armanis now, he is through past Luca Nick. He's now up into 3rd in class, and yeah, he is going to try and hunt down the cuts in front of Olly Smith and Jamie Tiley-Gooden and potentially try and get the victory within class in this race.
It's still very close between Charlie Foster and Jamie Tiley-Gooden with 3 minutes to go in this race. They're so close together into turn 1. Charlie still not able to find a way through, but again they'll overlap into turn 4. This time Jamie forces him out wide ever so slightly, but there's a cutback for Charlie Foster, who's going to get the run here. On the outside line he goes. Jamie Tiley-Gooden on the inside. Is there going to be a secondary cutback here for Charlie Foster? There is, and he's forced to the outside line into turn 6, but Jamie Tiley-Gooden once again proving to have the staunchest of defences here at Milton Keynes, just driving those inside lines through the very, very difficult sector 2, so to speak. No literal timing sectors here, but if you were to cut it up into 3 parts, that second sector just so tight and twisty. Is now Charlie Foster better exit out of turn 8. Let's follow them down the railway straight as Jamie Tiley-Gooden fully defensive on that inside line. Charlie Foster to the outside line. Jamie moves to cut him off as best he can, and now into turn 10 they go. Jamie Tiley-Gooden on the brakes just that little bit earlier. Charlie still on the outside line looking to try and find a way through, and he might get the run here into turn 1. He does. Charlie Foster on the inside line for the lead of the race. Will have to get it done on the brakes into turn 2, and does. Charlie Foster, new race leader.
That's great battling there. Charlie Foster, like you say, now into the lead of the race. It's the first time he's ever led a 2-straight race in the EKS. So now he goes defensive against Jamie Tiley-Gooden, heading in to turn number 5. It's a fantastic drone footage here. It's doing its best to try and keep up with these rather fast DMAX karts. Jamie Tiley-Gooden, he's now got an overlap, heading down to turn number 6. Jamie Tiley-Gooden, no sooner does he lose the lead, he's straight back into it. So Jamie Tiley-Gooden now, he leads. Good move that was, going into turn 6. He got the good exit coming out of turn 5. But Charlie Foster now has got a bit of an overlap again as they head down to turn number 8. Jamie Tiley-Gooden was smart to it though. He cut Charlie off, and Jamie Tiley-Gooden, he now remains in the lead of the race as we come towards the last lap of the race.
We will, and Charlie Foster on the outside line, just a minute to go now, so next time they cross the line will be the last lap of the race. Let's wait and see as Jamie Tiley-Gooden looking to hold on to what will be a fantastic victory here at his home circuit. His dad told me that they're expecting to win today. Charlie Foster making sure that it's not that straightforward for him. Last lap board in the air, into the final lap of the race they go, and Charlie Foster to the outside into turn 2, but no way through. Looks to cut those lines across again into turn 4. It's a move he's made so often today, but he hasn't quite been able to do it into turn 5, and there's no difference here on the final lap of the race as Jamie Tiley-Gooden completely cool under this pressure, the pressure that Charlie Foster has been putting him under all race long. Into turn 6 they go then, and out of the view of those who are in at the driver's enclosure is to the inside line again. Jamie Tiley-Gooden driving so defensively here. Meanwhile, Archie Bullard putting the pressure on Jamie Sherman-Chase as well for third position overall. We'll keep an eye on that as they'll make their way down the railway straight shortly. As they do make their way down the railway straight for the final time in this race, we'll pick up our race leaders as they make their way down this part of the track. Charlie Foster to the outside line, but again Jamie Tiley-Gooden's clear. Last opportunity for Charlie Foster into turn 10, closes up under the brakes, but not enough. Jamie Tiley-Gooden, for the time being, is going to make his way around the final corner, and he'll take victory at his home circuit, his dominant circuit, and it's a fantastic drive as Olly Smith battling along with Jamie Sherman-Chase into the final corner, and he is going to take that. Oh no, Carlos Armanis gets ahead of him into the final corner, Luke.
That was, what a finish that was, between Olly Smith and Carlos Armanis. We weren't able to watch it in full because we were obviously watching the battle for the lead, but Olly Smith and Carlos Armanis for the final lap were scrapping away like no tomorrow. They went across the line side by side, and the gap was 9 thousandths of a second across the finish line. Remember, these two are fighting out for the championship this season. They are the top two in the senior championship, and that was a brilliant ending to that race between Olly and Carlos. Carlos was charging through the field in that race after a not so great start. He did a fantastic job of climbing through the field, and he got Olly Smith at the line by 9 thousandths of a second. What a battle between those two.
Turns into actually relative domination for Jamie Tiley-Gooden, who takes victory inside of the junior and overall classification. Jamie Sherman-Chase is bumped up into second position thanks to the Charlie Foster 30-second penalty, which he accrued for an insufficient gap at the start. Archie Bullard then makes up the rest of the podium with Carlos Armanis and Olly Smith, two seniors, in 4th and 5th. Daniel Varlan for Vitice Racing is in 6th position with Jack Whitehouse in 7th. Adrian Perez Soroso is in 8th position with Jack Simmons and Elliot Tuesley, the rest of your top 10. Matt Putlands for RJ Hawkins Limited is in 11th position with Chris Phillips in 12th. Red Monster Racing's Callum Benchlow is in 13th with Jules Larkin and Luke Dodman both into 15th. A little climb up the grid for Luke. Alexandros is in 16th position with Charlie Foster for Connecticut Racing Jr. in 17th thanks to his 30-second time penalty. Lukanik also jumps the start. He's received a 30-second time penalty as well, hence why he is at the back of the grid for Open Throttle Racing. So joined now by race winner Jamie Tiley-Gooden. Jamie, that battling in the end turned out to be in vain, but it was still fantastic, and you got him on what turned out to be the final lap.
Yeah, it was a good battle. Obviously, Charlie was really quick, so I had to work hard to keep him behind. I was parking it every apex, and one lap he got past me, but I managed to dive back down the inside, and I got P1. So
yeah, and was he faster in any part of the track? It seemed to be you lose a lot of time up to turn 8, and then you get him back at turn 9.
yeah, I wasn't really driving the best, but I didn't have much low end either, so I just had to park the bus really, take home P1. So
thank you, Jamie Tiley-Gooden. We'll see you in the next race. Joined by eventual second place, Jamie Sherman-Chase, once penalties are applied. Jamie, you had your hands full all throughout that race. How did you hold on?
Yeah, tough battle. Had Olly Smith. Got Olly Smith off the start. Then had to defend him the whole race. Got my elbows out a little bit, but you know, racing is racing. Managed to keep P1 in class. I had an awesome spectator's view of the battle for the lead of a race between Jamie and Charlie. So yeah, it was a fun race.